Hi Cancer, my lunar brothers and sisters, welcome to your November 2019 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you haven't got your seat yet, the Winter Solstice Alignment Activation session is still open. You can still get a seat. Spaces are limited, so you want to get there. I am going to put out a video very soon on exactly what it's going to entail, because I think a lot of people are hesitant because they don't really know what it is. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good, because as many of you know, Cancer is my moon sign. So this month when I went into my intuition, I asked the guides, the angels, the universe, the heavens, whatever you want to call it, for a message. What did they want me to show you? To tell you what was the message, and what they showed me was a killer whale, which is also known as an orca. So again, I did some research because I'm fairly familiar with my intuition, and I could see what it was trying to show me, but I don't know all of the animal totem meaning. So I've done a little bit of research on what that might mean, what it entails, and what I actually saw was a killer whale or an orca. And it was on its own, but it was going through the process of being made shiny, or going through the process of being refined. And the more I researched these, did you know that actually killer whales, they live in packs? They're very similar to wolves in that respect, and they're really caring about their young and how they bring up sort of each child. And if you see the way that wolves act, I'm sure many of you have seen the picture at the front. They have like basically they have a hierarchy of a system of how they protect each member of their pack or their tribe, so to speak. So this really feels for me like the message for you this month, Cancer, is you are being refined by the people in your vicinity. And that means you know, and it goes both ways. So if the groups that you find yourself in, it doesn't necessarily have to be just family or blood. If the groups or the group situations that you're in, if your pack or your tribe are not refining you or forcing you to refine yourself, maybe it's time to start rethinking who is in your pack, right? And it's a very interesting message actually, because as many of you know, family is very important to Cancerians, right? Our people, the people that we care about, the people that we surround ourselves, you know, are very often mirrors of us. We have a natural knack, and sorry, I think my mic's doing something weird there. We have a natural knack and a natural need to be nurturing, right? To be in situations or to interact with people, and obviously to give nourishment. But it's really important that we get that from our environment as well, that we get that from the people, the groups that we're associated with. And so this month, it's really important that you look at the people that you're surrounded by. You know, the saying says, I think it's like you are most like the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. And it really does feel like we're going through the process this month of really refining ourselves and saying, right, okay, where is it that I see myself? Where is it that I want to go from here? Where is it that you know, I'm aiming to be in the future? And do the people that are in my immediate vicinity facilitate that? Do they facilitate me becoming who I need to be in order to achieve the things that I would like to achieve? All right, so let's have a look-see at our cards for the month ahead. So for the actions and interactions with the world at large this month, we get the 3 of Cups. This is beautiful, right? So, and interestingly enough, this card can spell out reunions, good times with people that we care about, sharing, caring, all of that sort of stuff. 3 of Cups is actually a beautiful card, and because it is in your actions, this is about what you're consciously seeking out. So this month, if you've seen the monthly general overview, please check it out. If you haven't seen it, please check it out, because this feels for me like you're tapping into that energy, right? This month, one of the things that I said was pay attention to the people people that build you up, pay attention to the people that bring you down. Be very conscious of your own energy and what it does around certain people. This month you want to feel good. This month you are seeking experiences and connections that are life enhancing and life affirming. And because you've got this in your conscious sphere, this means that anybody that kind of doesn't resonate with you anymore, you will be seeking to kind of phase them out. And this isn't about being mean or cutting people off, or I'm going to ghost that bitch. Do you know what I mean? It's not about any of that. It's just saying, you know what, we no longer resonate at a frequency that is harmonious for both of us. And this, I mean, the Three of Cups does suggest reunions. It suggests that you might be reconnecting with old friends. I mean, we've got the Mercury retrograde all this month. I mean, it comes out of shadow on the 7th of December. So although it will end on the official retrograde of Mercury ends on the 20th of November, but we'll still be feeling that right up until, like, the shadow period before a Mercury retrograde is not quite the same quality. The shadow period after a Mercury retrograde still has the retrograde energy because the planet is still getting back to the degree that it went to, if that makes sense, right? So this Three of Cups basically says that your actions this month, you want to be around people that make you feel good, that build you up. And this isn't about people that always agree with you. You know, sometimes the most explosive or tumultuous connections that we have are the ones that make us grow the most. I have friends of mine, and one of the things that we always pride ourselves on is our ability to say, look, you know what, you're being a dick. That doesn't mean that you love them any less. It just means that you love them enough to be able to tell them when they need to adjust or when they need to adapt. And as far as I'm concerned, that is the mark of a good, healthy connection, is when you can say the difficult stuff and it doesn't affect the relationship in any way, shape or form. Nobody hangs on to it. But you could definitely be seeing reunions this month. You could be seeking out people that you used to be friends with. You could be, you'll definitely be looking at your social circle and paying attention to your social interactions. This month you'll be really, really conscious of the energy. I mean, after all, the sun is in Scorpio, which is a trine aspect to Cancer, right? Because it's a fellow water sign. So money and materials this month, we've got the King of Wands, right? So it's kind of like you're loud and proud about your money this month. And the feeling that I get from this is it's actually about an achievement that you've made. So it kind of feels like you're celebrating because you've got the Three of Cups next to the King of Wands. So you're definitely celebrating. It might be something that you're celebrating for a partner or for a family member, because it's the King of Wands, right? So this would be a fire sign male. So that would be an Aries, a Leo or a Sagittarius. You could be singing somebody's praises. Somebody could be singing your praises. When it comes to your money and materials though, the King of Wands basically says you're aware this month, right? You know exactly where you're heading. You've got your plan. You've got everything in place. And it feels like you're celebrating some sort of small win, some sort of small victory. It's a get together. It's maybe even a collaboration that you've decided to embark on. Like, you know, this is where you kind of seal the deal and say, right, okay, this is the way that we're going. And this actually feels right to me. Like, this feels like the path that we're going on. Finances definitely look good. You've got to be bold this month though. And you know, it's not easy for Cancerians because one of the things that they crave a lot is security. So, you know, you tend not to be frivolous with your money, but this month you might need to take a few calculated risks. And it looks like the gambles that you do take pay off for you in big ways, right? So your communications with the world at large, you've got the King of Cups. So you've got two kings here, right? Back to back, the King of Water and the King of Fire. Now, the King of Cups as your communications with the world at large basically says that this month you want that easy communication. You want it up front. You want to laugh. You want to banter. You want to debate. You want to be open for all of the things that bring good feelings. And debate and banter are those things. I mean, if you're in a relationship and you can't banter with your partner, that shit's dead as far as I'm concerned. Like, there is no point. If you can't tease each other and rib each other and you know, laugh at each other and laugh at yourselves while laughing with each other, there's something wrong with your communication. And this month, because you've got the King of Cups, I mean, look at him. He is surrounded by opulence. That's what he loves. Those are the things that bring him comfort. And this is a big tagline or buzzword for Cancer. Your communications are easy this month. I mean, and the Three of Cups there as well suggests that that's how you want it. And if it strikes a discordant note, if it's sort of making you unhappy or putting you on edge or not really vibrating at the same frequency, this month you will really be looking to phase that out. It's like you're really paying attention to the energies that surround you. And in terms of your communications with the King of Cups, you're really able to express your feelings this month. Now, what's really interesting about this, a lot of people say like, oh, you know, Cancer, feelings, right? But what actually Cancer tends to be in their feelings but not show that stuff, right? They put on the brave face. What is a crab? It has an exoskeleton, right? And it will retreat into its little Cancer cave, as one of my best friends from Canada says. You know, we know when we're in the cave, just, you know, leave me, let me do it, let me do my thing, and then when I emerge, I'm fine. And this is the thing, like when people talk about Cancerian energy, they always talk about the feelings, and that's because Cancerians are very connected to emotional energy. They live their life through their feelings. That doesn't necessarily mean that they share them, which is one of the darker aspects of Cancer energy, is when they feel something, because they're so intuitive of other people's wants, needs and desires, and they're able to meet them almost like psychically, right? Well, not almost, like actually psychically. They get frustrated and sometimes even resentful when somebody can't reciprocate that energy. So the fact that you've got the King here, which is the highest expression of the suit, means that you're able to effectively communicate how you feel, what you want, what you desire, what you need from other people. You're able to really express that this month, and that is a really powerful place to be in. I'm going to talk about the fact that we've got two kings here as well in just a second, but let's have a look at the relationships this month, right? So this month, relationships have to say. The Star, right? So for those of you that are single, this looks beautiful. You know, for those of you that are single ladies, you could be connecting with a King of Cups this month. You know, Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. It means that you could be really finding somebody that you resonate a lot with, somebody that challenges you but gives you the best kind of challenge. Do you know what I mean? Because the Star card is people like, because it represents Aquarius, it represents people that feel like tribe, right? Killer whale. It represents people that feel like family, or people that feel, you know, like kinship, like we're on a wavelength, we get each other. And the fact that you've got the Star card, it means that there's hope and optimism. So for whether you're single or partnered, relationships look beautiful this month because you got the Star right next to the King of Cups, and that is a beautiful pairing because it gives honest emotion, deep connection, total resonance when it comes to feelings, right? So for those of you that are partnered, the fact that you got the Star card means that you and your partner could really be connecting, you know, doing that whole thing that Cancerians love the most, which is anticipating each other's wants, intuiting each other's needs and meeting them as they arise, rather than having to, you know, do that whole sort of thing of, you know, I'm not getting what I want, so I'm just going to sulk about it. Listen, I'm going to sit here and tell you that it don't happen. It does. I mean, I'm a Cancer moon, so you can imagine when I'm ready, boy, ooh, spit my dummy out and everything. And I think that's one of the things, like for me, I'm very self-directed, very focused and driven, but sometimes I do need someone to say to me, look, snap out of it, pull yourself together, stop the shit and let's get on with it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, very, very interesting. Now, the two kings. Kings are the highest expression of the suit. It's got nothing to do with masculine and feminine. Well, it does have something to do with masculine and feminine energy, but it's not in the way that we understand that in the societal norms and means. It's more a case of this is active energy, right? Whenever you see the kings, it's the highest expression of the suit. So the fact that you've got two kings here means that you're operating, your finances and your communications this month are really really resonating at a very high level. If you can get on top of this energy, you could really see some amazing turnarounds. Your communications could be easy, and more importantly, you could stumble across conversations that end up really enhancing your financial life in some way, shape or form. Stay open to that. So your first week of the month, you've got the Justice card right underneath the Three of Cups. So you're definitely making decisions, right? And you're definitely making decisions about your social circle, about your social group. For some of you, it might be getting smaller. For some of you, it might be growing. For others of you, this could really see you saying to yourself, right, you know what? I'm going to make a concerted effort to really enhance, to make sure that I can enhance the social circles that I am a part of. This is, you could be giving yourself a bit of a check to say, look, you know what, are you bringing more to the group than you're taking, or is it just one way? But you are seeking to find that balance. You're making a decision this month about who makes the cut and who doesn't. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. All right, so second week of the month, we get the World card, right underneath the King of Wands. There's definite something about your finances. There is a reason to celebrate this month. Play the lottery, buy a lottery ticket, buy a scratch card, maybe, go and put something little on a bet in the betting shop. Don't go and fucking bet the car or the house, or do you know what I mean? Like, don't, be sensible. I mean, you're Cancerian, so you would never do it. You'd never bet the house. Do you know, everything else maybe, but not the house, right? Let's be real. But the fact that it falls underneath the King of Wands, this could be that you're having a conversation or a discussion with somebody this month that is in a position of authority, that's in a position of power. You've got two kings here, right? The communications are good, but more importantly, so is the finances. And the fact that you've got the World card, this is an achievement. It's when you step onto a different level or a different plateau. There's going to be something that shifts or changes this month. And because we've got the Orca killer whale message, it may be that somebody in the family does really well. Somebody in the family maybe wins some money or comes into some money, or maybe gets an early payout or something of that nature. It's definitely possible with these cards, but finances are looking solid this month. You've got nothing to worry about in that respect. So let's have a look, see, in the third week of the month, we got the Temperance card right underneath the King of Chalices, right underneath the King of Cups. You really are finding it this month. You're finding that it's easy to talk about how you feel, that actually it's almost like you're going to have that experience of, wow, why didn't I do this before, rather than just expecting everybody to do what I wanted without telling them. Do you know what I mean? Cancers, you are psychic, you are intuitive, you are mind readers. Everybody else in the zodiac, not so much. Okay, so the fact that you're figuring this out this month, this third week of the month, you could be having a real peak experience when it comes to your communications. You could really be, it looks like you're communicating with, so first things first, I've got the King of Wands is probably likely to be a Sagittarius, so pay attention to anybody that's a Saggy. And the King of Cups, the feeling that I get from that is he's probably going to be older than you. So you've got two people coming in here this month, both probably male. If one of them is female though, it's probably going to be the King of Wands, so it might be a Saggy female, right? So, and the reason I say that is because the King of Cups tends to already have a very feminine energy, because he's a water sign, right? He's connected to that feminine yin energy. Now, the Temperance card with the King of Cups, this, like I said, it's just like you're going to have this experience this month where you're saying to yourself, do you know what, it feels really good to express how I actually feel and not hold on to it. And then furthermore, what I really like about this, it looks like you're connecting with somebody who's very, very different to you. It could be somebody from a foreign culture, somebody that's from a completely different part of the country that you live in. They just have a very different outlook to you, and it's an enhancing one because it's going to open your eyes in some way, shape or form. And then finally, your fourth week of the month, you've got the High Priestess. This is your card as a Cancer. Whatever Cancer energy you have, this is your card, right? Excuse me. And I absolutely love this because it's always hidden things revealed. You could find, for those of you that are partnered, this month your partner is sharing something with you. And it's not like, you know, like usually when you think, oh shit, here we go, I'm going to be given a secret. It's like, oh, here we go. This is going to be the kind of secret that really makes you happy. It's going to be the kind of thing that somebody shares with you and you go, oh my gosh, like, wow, just sharing that with me makes me so much more closer to you, makes me so much. So especially for those of you that are newly partnered, or, you know, have only, you know, between 6 months and 5 years, I think if you're in that bracket of relationship, it looks like your partner's sharing something with you that will really deepen the bond. For those of you that have been in relationships longer than that, it really kind of suggests to me with the star card that you guys are thinking about doing something that's on the bucket list. This is about you saying to yourselves, yeah, you know what, we always said that we wanted to do this, let's go for it. And for those of you that have been together for less time than that, you could be introducing each other to your social circles or to your family circle. So very, very exciting month. It looks like connections really are being made all over the place. And, you know, if you're going through this whole shift this month, just roll with it, because it looks like life is bringing you, you know, good people and also delivering you to people as well. So your key to the month is the Two of Wands. Money looks good this month. You could find that you're rubbing shoulders, especially if you're going through this process of doing things differently, interacting with people that you wouldn't usually, you know, replacing people in the social circle. If that cog doesn't fit, replace them with another one. Do you know what I mean? And this isn't about being callous or mean or treating people like to be used or anything like that. It's just saying, this is the vibration that I'm now at. So what surrounds me and who surrounds me, more importantly, needs to vibrate at that same frequency, at that same level. Two of Wands even as your key to the month. Affluent people, places and situations. There are definitely going to be talks about money this month, and those talks about money are going to either lead you to ideas or bring you more finances from the job that you have, from the business that you own, from the income stream that you have. Finances look really good. They permeate this whole month, but so does the social aspect to it as well. It's going to be a really interesting month for Cancers, for sure. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.